Good evening, everyone. My name is Adam Kobek, and today I would like to talk to you about the negative effects of advertising and marketing, especially pertaining to our younger generation. Today, we are bombarded with images of what is considered sexy and appealing in advertising, and especially on television through commercials. Women are faced with many pressures to be unhealthy and thin and to look like models that they see in fashion magazines. Teenagers today are faced with many pressures to conform to a specific body type that society expects us to obtain. This increasing pressure causes young people to have a distorted idea of body image, and many young men and women are becoming pressured to look what is acceptable to society, especially pertaining to their peers. The emphasis that advertising industry puts on body image is affecting teenagers in a negative way by making them feel insecure about their own bodies and giving them false images of unrealistic body types that teenagers assume they must achieve in order to be accepted by our current society today. Our culture has become obsessed about weight, appearance, and body image. One can look through any fashion magazine or browse through the health section at a bookstore and easily find the ideal women's body. That's a young, thin, fit, white, shiny, white smile. These images that are found in advertising and on television make some feel as though their body is the enemy. We should be able to love our bodies, though, no matter what the size or the shape is. Teenagers have many pressures of conforming to a specific fashion behavior and body type. Teenagers are smart when it comes to finding the hidden messages in advertisements, though. Negative advertisements like cigarette ads seek out those weak teens and they get them hooked on their products early. Now, some teenagers are strong and have positive parental guidance that steer them clear of the negative advertisements. All teenagers are affected by advertisements just as everyone else is. Teens expect everyone to be honest, and they might get confused when something they thought would make them cool just turns out to be a bad choice. Mr. Brown, who's a communication professor at Ball State University, says that advertising does affect teens in more than one way, and he feels, as well as I personally do, that parents have a strong influence on how their teens perceive these ads and how they should react to them when they see these types of ads. Selling products to children has become a common practice since the 1990s, and advertising has a very powerful influence on our American culture. It is estimated that before teenagers graduate high school, they will have seen about 360,000 advertisements on television through commercials. They are also exposed to advertisements on the radio as well as seeing billboards when they drive in the cars. Toys and food are the most frequent products that are seen advertised to the young children. There have been many studies done to document the effects that advertising has on children. Young children, especially the ones that are 8 years of age or younger, are unable to understand the intent of advertisements and therefore they just accept the ads as true statements. The youngest television viewer cannot even tell the difference between an advertisement and the regular television program, which is why it's so important that we protect these young kids, especially starting at a young age, so they don't think that these products that are being portrayed to them are cool, especially when the young kids especially look up to the athletes and celebrities that they view as role models themselves, and they see these celebrities in beer commercials or next to models that are almost naked. They think that's cool, and we need to tell them and convince them that that's not cool and that's not what society needs to be about, and it's a problem that needs to be addressed at this young age. The youth respond to most television and internet ads because these ads spark their interest. Youths are less likely to enjoy. Youths are less likely to ignore those colorful ads, the ones that spark their interest with the moving graphics, than old people. Older people tend to look more at the price of certain products. They see it on TV and they go in the stores and they check out what the price it is, and they're more financial conscious. Teenagers spend a huge amount of money each year since their income is spent more on items that they would rather want rather than what they need. Fitting into the crowd is what the teenagers are all about. They're becoming their own individual person, yet they dress similar to how their peers and their idols do. Brand names are very important to teenagers. They don't just buy a pair of shoes. They prefer to buy a pair of Nike or Adidas shoes, the brand new ones that just came out. If teens are not wearing the quote-unquote in style, then they tend to feel unpopular, unimportant, and they feel like an outcast in the crowd. They're aware of sales and will try to save their money when they can, since they're not quite ready for the adult responsibilities like paying bills. Teenagers, in contrast to children, are developmentally able to understand the purpose of advertisements. This is not always beneficial, considering that many products advertised to adolescents are harmful to their health, such as cigarettes and alcohol. Beer, wine, and liquor companies spend over $2 million every year on advertising and promotion, and cigarette companies spend over $3 billion just on advertising alone. And with those astronomical figures, you can tell that's only a fraction of the amount of money that they're making every year. Advertisers stand firm that their intent is to promote brand selection, but what needs to be acknowledged is that the consequences of so much advertising is the increase in product consumption. Advertising is surely a cause of why nearly 90% of high school seniors have tried alcohol and most abuse tobacco products beginning at the age of 16. And I wanted to quickly show you a picture. This is an ad for a clothing company with the woman clearly pretty much naked with a pair of underwear on, and this is what any young kid is able to see just by going on the internet and by looking on TV. Now, humans come in different sizes, shapes, personalities, and colors. The society we live in today needs to realize the harm that it's doing to our younger generation and why our society views our younger generation as being troubled. It's because of what is being portrayed and advertised to them on a daily basis, especially now with the use of social media, and the younger generation is quickly adapting to that. And by going on your Facebook or your Twitter, your Instagram, and you seeing these negative pictures, they think it's cool, and we need to stop that. The pressure of being thin and accepted are becoming dangerous for humans today as well. We need to find ways to help those that are suffering with eating disorders and make them feel proud of their bodies. It is true that some cosmetic enhancement surgery is available to those who are overwhelmingly disgusted with their body. This is not a cure, though. This is sad, and this is something that we need to not make available because it should not come down to that. You should be happy with who you are. Advertising is not always meant to send negative messages, though, yet the pressures are put intensely on our youth. Young men and women are stripped of their self-worth when all around them there's images of young, fit men and women. We need to regain our self-esteem and learn how to live our lives happily and confidently regardless of the messages the advertisers send to us. I want to thank you for listening to me today, and I hope you can help make a difference. Thank you.